Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, today is another day and another token analysis. As I promised you, I am live on, actually I'm live on Banter Plus, but today was a different day. I was live on the main channel. Hopefully you've been here and you've been watching the show. And if you did, you know that the way it goes is that you have to leave a comment in the comment section after the show is done. And then I'm going to analyze the tokens that you ask for. And I don't have a lot of time today, unfortunately. I have to rush, but I promised and I always deliver. Guys, subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. We have a lot of stuff coming up on this channel. We're going to have live tradings, trading education. Once I get done with school recording, it's going to be a whole new world. We're going to do live trading and much more together. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the show. Let's jump into it. So the first one I see here is super. Could you please redo super analysis? Let's go super. If you have been watching the show, you know that I am actually quite bullish. We need to see a little bit of retrace, and I'd be interested in longing. Now, this was my analysis, which was we were in a downtrend. We do have the market structure shift happening here. I do need to see. This is what I said. I did need to see a market structure shift up here, which actually did happen. We didn't reject. There was no market structure shift. If you have longed here, you would have made about 10-11%. You always want to long on the 4-hour market structure shift because these are the levels that can really, really yield you decent results. What I'm looking for now here is this is reaching the daily levels up here. So we're looking at the daily high, which is quite substantial. So I would like to see a 50% retrace happen. If that happens, all the way down here on the 4-hour OB, that would be very, very cool. So going down here, showing a market structure shift at around 68 cents. If that happens, that could be a great longing opportunity. Let's go on to the next one. Trump long 10x, Kamala short 100x, Trump 2024. Sol in detail. Okay, let's go. Sol USDT. I actually use a Blowfin and CoinW. Love both of the platforms. I'm testing out both. There is a link in the description. Check them out. What did I mark here on Sol? Sorry. Oh, yeah, so I was waiting for a market structure shift after wicking through here, which didn't happen. So we got to see how that unfolds. What we see here on the hourly is that this is not much on the hourly, yeah. So it's a decent break on the hourly, but it's not a decent break on the 4-hour chart. So this does look actually quite decent. You want to wait for, if you want to long this, what you want to wait for is a 50% retrace here or here. So either you see a reversal from the breaker up here, around these regions, or you see it all the way come down to the PY down here. Both levels are quite good. So when we come back and we show a market structure shift on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, you can start taking a position. Targeting quite high here. So if the market starts really rallying, depending on how the debate goes today, all the way up here, all the way at least to the breaker up here, about 144, but all the way up to the 158 is also in play. I don't really want to do Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and S&P. Nicholas, you look like a very great corporate guy in all the great senses, but I don't really want to work with those. What I replied here is that focus on crypto, lock in, it is time. So although we can look at it one time, but not today. It's so annoying when he explains it goes off track. I actually take this as a feedback. Thank you so much. These are very, very good comments as well. Sui, let's look at Sui. Let's look at Sui here. Sui, STX, and Papa. Let's go Sui USDT. My wife will kill me if I don't leave soon. She'll kill me. She'll like... Very decent. So this is what I said about Sui. Eh? So we do have a very, very, very decent market structure shift. We did come back 50, and this is what I explained on the show the other day as well. We did come back 50 here. We do have a beautiful, beautiful 50-minute market structure shift. I always talk about this. Look at how beautiful this thing is up here. You have a 50% retrace from there. This would have been the trade. This would have been trade with a very tight stop loss. Would be up about 22% from there. This came back. It's obviously running very nicely. The next target is a higher high formed here on the daily. So this would be a market structure break, which would basically confirm a 4-point structure on the daily, which could be very, very good. What I'm looking at right now is building up a lot of liquidity. So I take it usually in these cases, I take it level by level. It couldn't break above this level. We did see a rejection here, which basically, hold on a second, sorry. Which basically shows that there is no strength here. So I would be interested in taking a position once we get a liquidation here. Probably come a little bit lower down here. Once we, probably somewhere here we need to see a liquidation, a market structure shift on the 15, just like we saw here, and then a moon on STX. USDT. Let me look at this. Same scenario. Similar scenario that I've dropped it there. Look at how beautiful this is on the hourly and on the 4-hourly. We do have a beautiful market structure shift here. Once you have a market structure shift, you do have a push, which is 7-8% on the case of stacks. It is building up some liquidity, but I didn't think it will have to come back. I'm looking at a buy either up here in the breaker around the 1.47-ish region, or all the way down here in the discount, somewhere down to the 1.4-ish. When we have a pullback, which is going to happen at some point, maybe not now, we're going to take it level by level. This is why you want to subscribe to the channel. You want to see a market structure shift on the 15 and then moon on. So basically from 1.5 to 1.4, anywhere in between. If we see a market structure shift, it could be a great long. And then we've got Brett as well. So Brad has a market structure shift, but it does not have a moon just yet. Although we have a decent market structure shift down here on the hourly, it could be interesting. Again, we're looking at still a downtrending market, which could be considered that it is coming back for the premium zone. But I do think with the debate going on today, I do think that this is going to be an interesting, it's going to be a trending market to the upside. I think we need to see a bottom very, very soon. I'm not rushing into buying into Brett. I do think that around the 7 cent-ish region could be a great buying opportunity if it comes back. If it doesn't, I'm just going to wait for it to push a bit more and then get in at a later stage. Remember, you always have to ride the trend. Don't try to time the bottom. Soul Trade, we did the analysis there. Real talk, thank you. $1 Billion Hustle, you guys got to subscribe to the $1 Billion Hustle. We are putting out weekly vlogs from my life showing you everything I do. There is a link in the description. Make sure to check that out. TCAT, I don't really, it's a very basic ton meme. Don't really want to deep dive into that. Ton, Rune, and ICP. Let's do ton. We will gonna have a lot more time on these when I don't have to rush and we don't have school and much more. So bear with me there. I do think Ton took a decent hit on this whole Pavel Durov news. I do think it can have a massive catch-up rally, especially if the market starts rallying. I think it's a little bit overvalued, so I'm not interested in buying for long term. I do think Ton, the chain, doesn't work. Although Telegram is great, but they have higher valuation than the company itself. I'm not interested in long term. Although it made a market structure shift here on the 4-hour, could be a great buy. If you want to ride it for spot, you can ride it all the way up here to the 6.3 and then decide from there. What else did we have here? Rune. Let's look at Rune. Rune USDT. So we came back beautifully. Another beautiful example. We do come back here. We do have a massive sell-off. We do have a market structure shift up here, as I always talk about. We got to come back down. And we actually did come back down beautifully into the level that I marked here. We have the 50% retrace. We have a massive POI. We come down here. We do have a market structure shift. And the coin is up about 6-7% up since then. Now you are waiting, obviously, for another pullback here. Let me see on the 4-hour if this was... Yeah, on the 4-hour... Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's great. Great on the 4-hour as well. You're waiting for a 50% pullback. You can play it level by level, so you can play all these as well. These are strong lows on the 15 minutes, so you wait for confirmation on the 3-minute. Just wait for a higher high on the 3-minute in these areas, and then you can play it as well. But if you just want to get the bigger moves, which I think we all want, then you just want to wait for a 50% retrace. If the token starts moving, no problem. You just move up your fib and you wait for the 50%. But when it comes back down, this is the level that you want to look for a market structure shift. Either it's in the breaker and a POI down here, so around these region, around 3.5, 3.6-ish region would be my reversal area. Anywhere below is great, but if we see a reversal here, that's a strong indication that the demand is kicking in. We came back to 50, and we are ready to moon on from there. And then we've got ICP. We did have this trade here. That apparently got stopped. This was this was when the bottom, I thought when the bottom was in. Yeah, so market structure shift. And we do have a proper market structure shift here, though. Very, very good. So even if you had one stop loss, look at this. If you play this market structure shift, it takes it, it closes below. It's a beautiful market structure shift down here. If you played this, probably you would be up about 8, 9, 10% ish. Again, still waiting for the retrace. I do think it is going to come at some point. I don't know when, but most likely it is going to come. When it comes, I would be interested in buying in here It can come back to the breaker, which can happen. We come back to the 77-ish region. If you see a 15-minute market structure shift, watch out for there. But most likely it is going to just pull back down here into this order block down here at 7.4-ish and look for a market structure shift there. That's the area you want to enter. We have 𝗕𝗏 and 𝗲. Let's go 𝗕𝗏. Very strong. Again, look at this. Again, very, 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 very strong. So if you just kept doing what I said, you would be printing on this. You have a market structure shift. The token is up 14% since. We are waiting for a 50% retrace on this as well. It either comes back for the breaker, which after this, and it's also POIS. So this is my first point of interest down here, which would be around $262. If we see a market structure shift, I'm interested in getting in. Otherwise, I think it's going to come down all the way here. So it's probably gonna, it's like the breaker and the OB. So if it has to come a little bit deeper, it will most likely come all the way down here to the discount 240-ish market structure shift and then moon on from there. Let's do 𝗲. Look at this. So this is why I explained. This is what I've been waiting for, right? 50% retrace. We did have the 50% retrace, and we do have a very, very decent a bounce from there. You see that on the 15-minute, you waited for a market structure shift. Yeah, this is something that this would have not been clear. So this would have not been clear. I would rather take this as the high, which just got completed. Also, it has a massive liquidity. I would not be getting involved. I would not be getting involved. If I was to buy here, I would probably buy here in this region around the 1.2 cents, or buy down here around the 1.28 or 1.25-ish region. And then I'm gonna do Filecoin as the last one. If you guys want more of these, make sure that you come to my daily lives and just leave a comment right after. I'm doing these analyses every single day. Even though I don't have time, I'm coming here, I'm doing it, and gonna keep pushing. So I'm constrained that we didn't break above here. So this technically, this is my high time frame structure, which I don't like. This is my high, this is my low. Everything in between is just noise. But this retrace down here to this OB and then showing a reaction is actually quite cool. So if you look at it on the hourly, it's a very strong market structure shift, the same way as I've explained the previous ones. You were waiting for a market structure shift, and the market structure shift happened. The token is up about 7-8% since then. I am waiting for a retrace. Now, I don't think this comes back 50. I mean, it looks quite strong. So we might see it come back a little bit lower here. There is liquidity building up. So we could see this breaker here, this region down here, around the 3.5-ish region. See a market structure shift. If that happens, you can take a long position down here at 3.5-ish. Or we're waiting a little bit deeper. But if we do, I do think that this liquidity might be wigged. So I would take this entire range here. And if you see this liquidity or this liquidity being wigged and then a market structure shift, that's the area where you want to look for a long position. But anywhere down here in the discount. Guys, I'm rushing through things. Let me know in a comment if this is good, if you like this. This is on to the point, no laughter, no fun, no nothing. It's like the pure down alpha. I actually want to do these as a community shows. So after going live, I'm actually going to do DGen live trading, and we're going to look at charts together. We're going to do all this stuff together. That's the plan with the channel. So subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. It helps me, helps you, and it helps the algo and eventually helps you as well. Like the show and make sure to come back for another one as well. Thank you so much for watching. Truly appreciate you. And I believe I'll see you in the next one. Take care.